Absolutely. Alan, what's your take on the whole Kovalev and Yarde situation? It looks like the fight possibly could be going to Russia now at some point in the summer, and obviously Anthony Yarde's trainer, Tunde has had a lot to say about that man there, actually, Darren Barker and Carl Frampton, etc. But what is your thoughts on this?
What, am I going to answer with Darren? Maybe we get Darren into this.
Hello.
This is the Tunde situation with Anthony Yarde and Kovalev.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, look, it's all a bit of fun, isn't it? You know, it's banter. I think genuinely the whole of, just talking about that one thing, genuinely the whole of Twitter has a bit of a laugh and a bit of fun, and that's what we've been doing. You know, I wish him all the best. I hope if that fight does happen and he steps in the ring with Kovalev, I hope he brings the title home, because can you imagine the big domestic dust-ups we could have here?
I really like Anthony Yarde. I think he's a great fighter. I think he's a terrific character, and I really want to see him in with Joshua Buatsi at some point. So, listen, we wish him well, 100%.
I saw on social media today that you was accused of racial elements today, Darren.
Yeah, did you see what the bloke said?
No, remind me, because I saw a little bit about it.
Well,
you can say it, go on.
I wouldn't drop it on here, but he said something along the lines of, I can't say it, but anyway, he accused me of being racist and said I'm a racist white, see you next Tuesday. So I don't know that.
Okay, all right, well, I didn't see, I saw a little bit of the thread, but from your point of view, you did, I believe you said that Anthony Yarde's trainer should be sectioned, as a quote.
That was stupid, and I deleted that because it wasn't supposed to be, there was no malice behind it, it was a joke, and with what's going on with the mental health, which I fully support, it was in bad taste. That, yeah, it was a stupid comment, but it wasn't. It was never meant to be in bad taste. It was just disagreeing with his take on Yarde being able to beat Ward and having a better skill set. But it was only, I was only messing about. But I rightly so deleted it.
Fair enough. That's fair enough. That's your take on it, and you've apologised for it, so we can move on from that. Adam, has Yarde got a chance in Russia against Sergei Kovalev?
Anthony Yarde's a great fighter. I mean, Sergei Kovalev has proved it time and time again. He's been one of the best in the last few years, but he is beatable. We've been there, we've seen it, and sometimes you've got to take your opportunities. I mean, I was thinking the other day that when Jarrell Miller failed the drugs test, who's Anthony Joshua going to fight? And one name that hasn't been mentioned really, or I don't think is on the list, is someone like Joe Joyce. And Joe Joyce has only had a few fights, and you might think it's completely mad, but you know what? If he got the opportunity and he went for it, you've got to believe in yourself. And sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need your trainers and managers and matchmakers to protect you, your promoters. But ultimately, there is a chance that you can change your life. And if Anthony Yarde feels and his team feel that this is that chance to go out there, he's not as though he's not been beaten before, Kovalev. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's out in Russia. Is he ready? That's a question, but it's an opportunity. And if he believes he can take it, we wish him well. And listen, if he can come back with Kovalev's scalp, that fight with Joshua Buatsi is enormous. So good luck to him.
For someone who has been abroad and brought home a world title, I think Tunde may have forgot that point, that your win over Daniel Gill to win the IBF title years ago. But can he go over to Russia, Darren, and pull that off?
Do you know what? It's a little bit like Eddie's saying with the top of the bill on this show, Dave Allen and Lucas Brown. He just doesn't know what's going to happen. And it's similar to that fight, I think. We know Kovalev's proven, but we don't actually know how good Yarde is. So anything could happen. I mean, he could absolutely destroy Kovalev. We don't know, do we? And so I wouldn't be surprised. And to be honest, I'd probably call it, I'll probably lean slightly towards Kovalev, but I don't think there's much in it. But like I said before, just going back to the other thing, it was all tongue-in-cheek, all a mess around. That's what social media is about.
Social media.
You have to be careful, but I think you need to be quite tough, and I think you've got to take everything as a pinch of salt, because it will drive you mad. Life's tough, hard enough as it is, so try and smile and have a laugh. It was only a bit of banter, and it's all jokes. And do you know what? I genuinely, and I mean this, I will be cheering Anthony Yarde and his team on.
Genuinely knowing Darren, I'm sure nothing was meant in malice at all.
Of course not.
All right, well, listen, I know you both have got proper work to do, so Adam Smith and Darren Barker.
Work for you.
This is proper work for me, but, you know, I'm not lining your pockets.
Listen, what we haven't talked about is what a great night we've got Saturday night. Huge amount of fighters on the bill. Obviously, Darren has been working really closely with David Allen. All reports are great. He can't work miracles, but I'm sure you've done everything you can possibly do to get him in the best shape. And I'm really looking forward to seeing him. I mean, it's a great event at the O2 with a whole heap of talent on, isn't it? And I don't know, is it going to be the fight of the night? There's many that could be.
Do you know what? For me, it's not. I'm not worried about Dave's conditioning at all. It's about him mentally. The first bell going and him sticking to a game plan. That's all I'm worried about. You know, because sometimes you see it with big punchers. Their main asset can be their downfall. Their worst. You know, the worst asset in some ways because they look for the big shot. Dave's best asset is his chin. And the fact he can take a good shot, so he just walks forward sometimes at the hope he'll wear opponents down. But at this level, you can't do that. We see it with, I used his name yesterday, Ted Cheeseman against Sergio Garcia. I think he'd wear down this tough European. You can't keep doing it. And I just hope Dave stays switched on. That's what I said to him. Throughout this camp, I've just been using the word switch on, switch on, switch on. If he can switch on, he can look $1 million.
Yep.
Not long to find out. Thank you very much for your time, and we'll let you get back to it. Thank you.